Hi, thanks for checking out our channel here. This is going to be a how to test and repair video on an old style Gallagher fence energizer called a Gallagher M800, old style. So there's our information right there. So if you want to send us something for us to work on, be happy to look at it. We have free quotes, and we work on all brands and ages of fence chargers. All these links are down in the description area to our websites and everything. So let's jump into this thing. When I get a fence charger in, sometimes the notes will say what it's doing or not doing. It comes on, won't put out, or doesn't come on at all, or dead, or won't shock. There'll be these random notes on them. But it's nice to know what that is, but I don't even plug them in. Because they're in here probably for a reason, so there's no point of plugging them. Not really for me. Plugging them in, you got to take them apart anyways to see what's going on with it. So that's the inside of it. Well, see, at the moment it's got a couple blown diodes right here. You kind of see them blown there. Now what this board is, this is a lightning protection board. That's mostly its function. There's a transformer right there that plugs into this, that spikes the voltage up, spits it to the terminals over here for your ground, half, and full power. All this stuff right here is for the lightning protection, stuff like that. And this resistor here is what lowers it for the high power and low power side, if people ever used it. Some people don't even use it half power side. And it has a little light bulb here that flashes with every time it clicks, it flashes. But that won't keep the unit from clicking and pulsing. It will keep the unit from putting out a good voltage at your terminals. So we'll go and we'll plug it in here. Let's see what the initial thing does. Alright, well, it's clicking and pulsing. That's a good sign. This light bulb is burned out a little bit, but you can kind of see barely light and green. We can desolder, put another one of those in. That's not a critical thing, but the light's not flashing because those diodes are bad. So what we'll do first is we'll pull this board out. And we're going to test this transformer right there. Use a electric fence tester. We'll go across here to here, these two tabs. Putting out about 7. I think it's a little low. I think it should be like 8 to 9 at the transformer itself, not at the terminals. But let me do an ohms check on this real quick. This should be, on this particular brand and model of a transformer, should be about 11 ohms. 11 and a half. Now they're all different. All brands, all transformers for these electric fence boxes, none of them are the same. They're all a little different. Some read 4 ohms, some read 30 ohms, and some read in between. Okay, so transfer probably okay. Let's pull this board out of the way. Check this capacitor. They've used 30 microfarad and 40s. The earlier, older version M800s were 30 microfarad capacitors, and later on they went to a 40. I'm trying to find. Alright, this is a 40. And the SIN number is all wore off on the front. You see there's no sticker there. But right here it has a sticker there. It's a 2003 model. A 03. So it's built in 2003. And this is probably the original capacitor. So we'll test across here. Should be 40. 36.3. That's good enough. That's close enough to not worry about it right now. Might go another 10 years before it really gets too low. So what I need to do first is I can probably fix this board. Because there's a diode burnt right there. You can kind of see it chipped away there. That's burnt up. This one's burnt up. They probably all need to be replaced. But these blue things are probably bad too. And I don't have any of these. Let me go see if I got another board that might work in this thing. Alright, here's got a new board for it. This is a different style of board, but it fits the same way. It's used in a different model, but it will work. So what we need to do is I need to straighten out this tab here. Is kind of bent over a little bit, so I need to straighten it out. Sure these tabs are all in place and then get bent over the side. Alright. Put this back in. Alright. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is unplug it in. We'll still need to replace that bulb. It's not a big deal, but it's cosmetic and it's kind of nice to see. You can see lights flashing now. So now we'll put a tester across here. Should somewhere be in that 6-7 range. Alright, now I'm going to do a ground fault test. That's what I call it. I don't know what the Gallagher calls it. Basically take a wire from the ground side of my outlet. I got a wire rigged up here for that. And I'm touching the ground side right here. And if it's a perfect situation, that light should keep flashing. Because the hot side should do the same thing. So transformer is good. So we just need to put a new this board and a new light bulb on there, and this thing will be ready to go. So let's go ahead and change out this bulb here. Is it the braided stuff on it?
Yeah, it's showing 4.3. You guys have tested back and forth.
Oh, okay.
Here's the box in case.
Alright, so I'm going to take that bulb and I'm going to solder it, shove it in here. There's no polarity to it. And I need my solder here, and we'll get this soldered up. Plug it back in. So that light's nice and bright now. Such good old school units. Alright, so we'll plug this one up off to the side, let it run for probably a full day with the load on it, make sure it's all good to go. But Gallagher's usually, they either work or they don't. They usually really don't have any intermittent issues, like you fix it and then like a half hour later it quits. It's usually, if it's working now, as long as you check everything else out and everything else checks out good and do all your initial tests and everything, and it'll all check out fine. Usually, once you fix it, you're good to go for a while. Usually it's not going to come back here another 5 to 10 years, hopefully. Unless lightning gets a hold of it, and maybe it might quit on them. Alright, well, hopefully you like this kind of stuff, and subscribe to the channel and like the video and everything. But if you want to send us in one for repair, we'll be happy to take a look at it. We work on all this stuff, old style, new style. Pretty cheap fix for a $300 unit. So some of these old ones are really good. There's not one part in that thing we can't rebuild. But what I'll do with that board is I will fix that board. Well, try to anyways. I'll replace those diodes on there, try to find those little blue things, and then hopefully we'll be good to go. But alright, well, until next time, we'll see you guys later and have a good day.